the Girl Scouts deck. The Scouts mechanic, a very powerful one in Runeterra if you haven't seen it before. It's the first time you attack each turn. If you attack with only Scouts, you get an extra attack token. When she's summoned, she also summons a Valor here, so she's 2 bodies that both have Scout for one cost. Valor also notably has the Challenger mechanic, so she comes with kind of a pseudo removal spell. Really neat take on the kind of Flame Tongue Kavu style archetype. The only non-Demacia card in this build, it looks like here, is Miss Fortune, our other girl in our Scouts deck. She says, whenever an ally attacks, deals 1 damage to all battling enemies in the Nexus, and she levels when she's seen you attack 4 times. This, much like Quinn, is very good with the Scouts mechanic, because you can attack multiple times in a single turn to get these leveled very quickly. And then her leveled mode's a little bit bigger and hits way harder every time you attack. The rest of this deck is just pretty good rate aggressive cards. Cloudfield, Fleet Feather Tracker, Bright Steel Protector, combat tricks like Sharp Sight, interaction like Single Combat. And then the other trick in this deck, the reason why Miss Fortune is our only Bilgewater card, is we want to leverage Bannermen. This is a very powerful payoff. The Allegiance mechanic rewards you for staying primarily mono region. So assuming Miss Fortune isn't exactly the top card of our deck, when this card comes into play, it grants, so permanently buffs all of our other allies in play. So let's see if we can run some people down with this tiered aggro deck, or if I'm just going to go ahead and embarrass myself here. I'm gonna mulligan the Protege here. Put up like Ash Shajani with a cheeky Katarina. We have a 2-3-4 curve, so I'll mulligan that, looking for a 1 or a 5. Probably not terrible. What's the punish for not opening attacks? Feels low. I think I'm going to play the Misfortune to try and get the triggers in with this. If they have like the 3-1 that frostbite something when it comes into play, that's not a big deal because we can challenge that and kill it with this trigger. And like this exchange is fine because this trigger plus this kills this. Now they could have a Brittle Steel or an Elixir here, which means I won't get to attack with Misfortune that turn, but like them using one of those to eat a Valor is a win for us overall. We have the Riposte hopefully punch through a Yeti if they have one. They're going to have one when they draw it, I should say. This card creates a 1-mana 5/5 with the top few cards of their deck. Yes, Misfortune's trigger hitting their stuff paired with Challenger is very, very good.
Love you.
That seems great for us. No tricks is great. Yes, she also makes barriers very bad. But another Blinding Assault here, which is lovely. If they don't draw the Yeti right away, we're going to have a pretty good open attacks next turn. Valor, the Blinding Assault summoning of Valor. So it may seem weird to have a card like this that just summons a specific unit. This is really relevant in Runeterra because of the spell mana system, right? So now I have to decide. I'm pretty sure I want to protect Misfortune here. I just have to decide how I want to protect Misfortune here. Which longer is my Biden banner gonna be in rotation until he's declared president of the United States?
Beauty in the blade.
That was a little too confident. Until the election's decided. Let's not jinx it. If we lose now, it's my fault. I apologize.
You're mine.
Oh, Rapace doesn't get blown up by Troll Chan. That's fair.
Remember me.
Your banner will now be up for 20 years. The animation in the center is so slick. Love it. Love it. Great. If they can't kill Mistfortune here before my next attack, she's gonna level up. Don't culling strike me. No! That's so brutal. I don't have a sad emote. Wow, punted the emote loadout. Don't have a sad emote. Yeah, with the game. The boss costs 4. Yeah, I needed one more mana. Yeah, we're pretty dead here at this point. Stuff in our hand, nothing to do with it. We need Sad Poro instead of emote. Maybe. I think I'm gonna cut the Kench. I feel like the Girl Scouts deck needs Leona emote. But yeah, Sad Poro's a pretty auto include a lot of the time. We lost that game because we punted the emote loadout, chat. We lost a deck registration. Mistakes were made. The emote flop was a huge loss. The Leona emote, I think, is fine as a high emote. You could be excited to play Runeterra, chat. Are the free emotes good enough? Unfortunately, the emote metagame is pay to win, so. There's still cards to be released for Call of the Mountain. Yes, the third and final card drop for Call of the Mountain will be in December. So, for people that have been keeping up with Runeterra's set releases, they do one large 80-card set release and then 2 subsequent smaller 40-card set releases 2 months after. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Sad Poro and Shen are both free emotes. And these are like S-tier auto-include emotes. Which ones are auto-buy? I really like having a sweating emote. I think having a Diana sweating or an Ezreal sweating is like pretty necessary. I think I just Rangers Resolve here to counter this. It like stops this from dying and then I get to hook and kill the spider, which sounds good. Yeah, either or. Take your preference. You can use Diana or Ezreal there. Oh, I forgot to fucking attack again. So I'm talking and clicking. We're not cut out for the Scout's life, chat.
No prey.
Avalanche me, daddy. That's true. The juice box emote can fit it anywhere. Well, opponent's draw is very bad. Lucky for us. I think we open attacks here. Make sure we get our scout attack in before they can kill stuff. Could be right to play this out. This gives us a little bit more information about what they want to do with their turn before I commit a threat to the board, though. Like, I might want to play Laurent Protégé, depending on what they play. Is that crazy? I think I just want to hit them for 6 here, huh? I don't think I really want to play anything else out that dies to an avalanche at the moment. And like, if they just pass post-combat again, I'll just burn their mana. Could have a Warping Whale here as well.
Love ya.
So the lead change made Lee Sin worse, but I don't think, again, that it fundamentally fixed the problem with the card. Like, at its core, the issue with Lee Sin is the play patterns that it generates, not that it's too good or too bad. So, like, it's a fringe deck, and it was like, honestly, the Lee Sin deck wasn't that popular anymore even before they nerfed it. But I think, like, from the way Lee Sin works currently is atypical of other Runeterra cards in that it's feels bad as low player agency. Now, the tough part here about this Trundle play is that this turns other Trundles in their hand into Ice Quakes. So we could get Ice Quake next turn. So there's actually, I think, merit to opening on attacks here. And just doing this and, like, punching them for a bunch. I think it's pretty unlikely we level Misfortune anyways. Like, they have 100 different things that kill her here. Alternatively, if I don't want to play around Ice Quake, but I simply want to play around, Avalanche. So, like, do I want to play around second Trundle is a big question here. Because if I only want to play around, Avalanche, I could just play Elmheart. And, like, Elmheart hooks and kills Trundle. I think I'm kind of into that. It feels like the play to win line. It's like, hope they don't have second Trundle. It's like, go fish here. Do you have Ice Quake? Because this combined with Misfortune's attack trigger will get to kill this Trundle. Boo. Well, the good news is they didn't have Ice Quake. So I get to attack with just this Scout. Which means if they don't have Avalanche plus a deal one here, Misfortune gets to level. Oh yeah, this is a freebie, isn't it? Good call. That's fine. It's a freebie. It's a freebie now too, right?
Run them through. Hardly fair.
That's Captain Fortune.
Alright, so like I assume they're dead here, right? Because if they could have prevented this, they would have. Oh, I forgot to update the stream title. Sorry, I'm not used to streaming Runeterra in the evenings. My evening streams usually have the same stream title for the entire time. Alright, so you're going to 1, and your Trundle's dead, and your other thing's dead. We played Twisted Fizz before this, Baltic. So there'll be a Twisted Fizz video for you on YouTube. And then Fox wailed a bit to support the channel and got to add a second deck in, so we were doing Runeterra anyways. Which I appreciate. No, we did Twisted Fizz, Baltic. We have a full segment with it. Who's got 2 thumbs and is ready to open attack? This guy right here. I'm angry facing the good deck portion. It's harsh but fair. Badger, Trundle, Valor, oh, it's a Valor. Big open attack energy here. That's true, there's probably Zoomers in chat that don't know what that's in reference to. Kids these days. This game even has snakes and mushrooms in it, chat. It's such a good card game to sing the Badger song to. You were there when it was written. Does your uncle work at Nintendo too? Vladimir Darius Leona. And Vlad's first, so there's either 2 of all of these or 3 Vlad, 2 and 1. Fun fact, when they play 3-2-1 for champions, the champions are 3-2-1. They could also be 2-2-2 though. So we don't get to know that. You're supposed to keep Ranger's Resolve against Noxious deck. Man, those are really bad mulligan. These are not cards you want in your opener. This is a good pickup. This is exactly what we're looking for. So now we get to go 2, 3, 4. Have a good one, Rudy. Thanks for dropping in. The order is by cost if it's even. Really? Is that true, Boss Smiley? So we know for a fact then? Wait, is it lowest to highest or highest to lowest? So does that give us information about what these are exactly at the moment then?
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Because this is 664. Oh, mine are low to high. That's true. So I'd assume they sort the same way over there. It's good. It's good thinking. Good pumpkin.
Feel the sun's glory.
I want to burn a barrier here. If I burn the barrier, I can Vanguard Bannerman next turn. And I'll bank a spell mana here, and I'll have 5 next turn, so I could, like, Bannerman plus a rally, even. Probably don't want to rally just yet, though. I'm just gonna bank this mana for now. This could be wrong. Perfect. This, like, exactly how he drew it up.
My shield is yours.
Keep Misfortune, Secret Squirrel over here. And then Misfortune, along with Sharp Sight, lets Laurent Protege kill Leona here. Or we could save her from that. Yes. So eat you, and then you could either eat this or trade with Misfortune. This is very unlikely to level up anyway, so I think this is a good change to offer. Low to high, most copies at least. Okay, so then we know that this is 3-2-1 then. If they were 2-2-2, Leona would be on left, so this is their only Leona. And then Bannerman plus Rally next turn could let us kill them, potentially. Depending on what they do here. Rude.
For the glory of Demacia!
Feels like an appropriate Leona emote. Hit on the Allegiance. That one's better draws in our deck. The Leona emote seems very long. She has a lot to be excited about.
Disgrace.
Still heart, steady aim.
I make a great loading screen tip. That is a good suggestion. Crack you for 10. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. It's late. This is why I don't stream this late. we just scout attack, chat. Alright, so the deck won this game. I might not win this game, but our deck definitely did.
Is the hand of Noxus.
Yeah, we're not dead yet, but
My steel is yours.
well, you see, that's the key, Fox. If your deck is good, you can play like a ham sandwich and still win games. If Jeff after 10-15
For
can
now.
win games with the deck, it's probably a very reasonable Runeterra deck. Definitely mulliganing this. Okay, just pitch that. Looking for 1s and 3s here. Keeping Banner in the opener seems fine-ish. Right on time, Fleet Feather Tracker. Welcome to the party. He says, realizing that he can play Blinding Assault with spell mana, and it's perfect. Alright, sorry, Fleet Feather Tracker, but you are strictly worse than Valor, so we're gonna go ahead and tribute you off for the Mistwreath here.
Fortune favors the bold.
So we'll open on our scout attack here. A chance to play some stuff. Probably go 1-3 here. I guess it depends on what they play out. If they play something we can kill with one of these challengers, we might barrier one of these to get in there. I think otherwise we just go wide here. So this here.
Back. Steel is yours.
Not challenging the thing they can't block. We tried Spooky Karma. We have. It was my highlight video yesterday or the day before. You can check out my wonderful YouTube channel for both the full play session that we had as well as the highlight.
Safeguard our citizens.
I think I Bannerman here. And then I think we single combat here. Since this is dying anyways, this is ephemeral, going away to end of turn. Oh, thank you. Thanks for dropping in today, Dick. Wonderful Thursday. Is it Thursday? November the 3rd for the 3rd day in a row.
symbol worth fighting for.
They are notably one short of Ruination mana here, so I think we play this out before we get smashy.
My blatant.
No, there's literally no downside, Killer Gecko. All epic and champion cards are dupe protected, and in the event that you get every champion in a region, you still collect wild cards for, like, let's say you have every Iona champion, you're leveling up Iona, you'll get non-Iona cards for champion cards in that one, which is great. Just like every consumer-friendly thing Runeterra can do, they do. Okay, attack like this, they get to eat here, but then they take 8 down to 3. Do I want to single combat this? No. See what they do. We're rewarded for waiting on the single combat here, because now we can block this and then single combat fight this afterwards.
I'll defend these forests to the end.
We'll see, they could have a Death Mark here. They're playing Iona, so there's a good chance they're playing Death Mark. This is an archetype we actually played somewhat recently on stream. It was really sweet. Felt very reasonable. Swing low, shark chariot, come along to carry me home.
Defend our banner.
So similar to Magic, if you block and then remove your blocker, unless their thing has Overwhelm or Trample, it just doesn't get to hit. So they don't get to gain life with this here, which is great for us. Obviously, they could Death Mark this over to here and keep it around, but short of Death Mark, they're in a lot of trouble. Please get a Short Chariot. Yes! Nailed it. Do I Scout Attack here? Is there any reason to do anything other than Scout Attack? Is there any reason to, like, what does attacking with both of these do? What does this lose to? They have Grasp plus Vile Feast. They survive this. The downside to only attacking with this is something like Vengeance. I think I might get the Scout Attack in, especially with the Misfortune draw here. We start by attacking with this and see what we do. Scout really isn't worse against Vengeance, because if they Vengeance, they're down to 2 mana, and then, like, we kill whatever their 2 mana follow-up play is. Yeah, Scout Attack means I get a chance to develop my board more before I attack with everything. Look at that, we didn't play that one like a ham sandwich. We played good Runeterra and we won. That's so strange. Palm plus heal. I feel like there's a pretty low chance they're on Concussive Palm. Opponents was playing Mistwraith, so like their Iona cards probably got to be a premium. Likely mostly Mono Shadow Isles, I'd imagine. Oh man, this is on Twitter, so I'm gonna repeat something that's unverified, so it might not be true. But apparently, the one county that's remaining to be counted in Georgia, where there's 5,000 still votes remaining, is Clayton County, which was John Lewis's home county. Which is like, that would just be like, if his county was the last one to get counted and tipped Georgia blue to take Trump out of the White House. What's going on, Game Master Thompson? Good evening.
I'm actually here.
Yeah, there's some things that are more important than getting the view or the Twitch Prime sub or whatever of someone that wants to support people that want to destroy my country.
Charge?
Fascism is bad, okay? If it makes you feel better, Joey Sticks, if it makes you feel better, US elections are confusing for most people. I saw, talking about Twitter, I saw another tweet that was great, and it was, you know the US democracy is really strong because one guy is currently up by 3.5 million votes, and the election's a nail-biter. That's how you know we've got democracy down, chat.
Honor guide me.
One person up almost 4 million votes. Not a sure thing, not even close. Huh. Trading this for this is probably not very good.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Hey, I agree, gamer. To quote, the one thing that always goes back in the one quote that always rises up in my mind is the one from Martin Luther King, where like the biggest issue to progress isn't the blatant racist and sexist or whatever, it's the moderates on the side that prefer quiet, you know, quiet injustice or peaceful injustice to advancing what needs to advance. Hey, thanks for the sub gift, Beansy.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
Do we just bury her here now? This is probably a turn where I use this Sharp Sight to kill their 2-4. Sharp Sight to kill the Fleet Feather Tracker wasn't worthwhile, but I think this is probably worth killing that.
My shield is yours.
Yeah, greedy Brian. Those are all the arguments against all the arguments for the Electoral College are pretty hot nonsense in general. Small states get disproportionate representation in the Senate, and that's fine. They don't also need disproportionate representation in the presidency. This is their only attack. Sure, that seems fine. So, like, this barrier was just a fog? Sign me up. Now the question is, do I want to bank spell mana for the turn in order to have Sharp Sight up? Or do I want to play the second Blinding Assault out so I can have 3 Valors next turn? I think I'd rather hold Sharp Sight up, so that way one of my Valors can get pumped up to kill this inside of combat. I think is the plan. So, one thing you have to understand, Joey Sticks, and this is something that is going to sound funny if you're from outside the United States too, and by funny I mean corrupt and awful. The reason why we don't have the results of the current presidential election yet is because the GOP, that's the Republican or Trump's party, sued to prevent votes from being counted in advance. So the states like PA and Wisconsin that took forever, I'm not sure if it happened in Georgia too, but it definitely happened in PA. They explicitly prevented the absentee and mail-in votes that they already had before Election Day from being counted in advance because they wanted to set up the situation that we're currently going through, which is Trump was ahead because they knew he was going to be behind with those remote ballots. It happened in GA and MI too. Okay, good. Facts are important. Man, I think their barrier is just gonna fog us now. I think I just passed now. Maybe now I'm gonna blinding assault now and then pass, and then we can play Bannerman and pump the team up next turn.
It's our time to shine, Valor.
So they also filed separate lawsuits to try and get the counting paused/stopped of the absentee ballots, but even before the election happened, they took legal action to prevent the absentee ballots from being counted to start, being counted beforehand. There's a lot of lawsuits. Basically, the GOP is a minority party, and they're using a legal system that they have stacked in the courts to try and push their things through. I could attack with the Valor. I think I want to save them for the Bannerman. So let me talk you out of online voting, D. Brian. So the reason why banking and taxes, banking especially, has the ability to be done online securely is because the people in charge of banking have a financial interest in making sure that your banking experience is secure and good online. Whereas with voting, there is an entire party in the United States whose financial best interest is very explicitly in not making it secure and a good experience. So the incentives don't line up, basically, would be how I would put it. I think we do this and then put the sharp sight here. This exchange is not great for us, but it could be worse. This mirror match is real close, believe it or not.
No! Press on!
Is Biden almost guaranteed to win? Nothing is guaranteed until all the votes are counted. Barrier up this Dorko and get in here. We'll open on this attack. I don't think I want to throw Quinn away here. Nevada's only at 84%. Oh, Nevada.
I'll burn what I've done. Break their spirits and their swords.
Protect and strike.
Hardly fair.
I think I'm okay offering this trade. Am I? Yeah, killing their scouts seems fine. I think I hook like this, so that way if they have a +2/+2, they have to do it on here to kill here, and then they keep this instead of keeping their challenger. Nah, they know Jabberwocky, they just don't care.
Press on!
So, here's the thing about voting machines for people that have never used a voting machine in the United States. At least in Illinois, where I've used a voting machine several times, and I assume it's like this in other states as well. The voting machine prints out a physical receipt of who you voted for that gets put in So there's a physical record. So having a physical record of the votes cast is the key part of voting machines being a feature that is usable and okay. Sure, we use electronic voting machines in the United States too. A big part of what happened with this election was that a lot of states aren't prepared logistically for as many absentee and mail-in ballots as we had, and then when you combine that with the fact that the GOP prevented them from starting to count votes in advance when they could have, and we have the delay that we have now. Why does the shillionaire cost less than a shillion? Well, you see, basic trickle-down shillonomics dictates that every time someone cashes in shillionaire gets one cheaper. So everybody else making it into the shillions here in Hoaglandia is just good for the rest of you at home, chat. It's very basic trickle-down shillonomics.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Hank, we're dead, chat. I think the Valor kills us. Beansy was the first. Beansy walked so you all at home could run. How could I forget about the trickle? Yeah, exactly. Alright, so I think we block here, and then we single combat here to keep Quinn alive. I don't know if this is enough to win the game, but we'll at least take a draw step. Did do a +2/+2 here, but I probably did anyways. I don't think we have single draws in our deck here. This is a Secret Squirrel evening Runeterra stream. Yeah, the variety segment finished early, so we played Twisted Fizz, and then Fox gave us a very generous donation to do a second deck tonight. And if you're one of my regulars who would like notifications and when I change games mid-stream, make sure you join the subs Discord, and there's groups you can add yourself to in there where I tag Runeterra when I go live or change to Runeterra midstream, and variety games when I go live or change to them midstream. So I can give you a little midstream ping. Sweet. My graphics guy sent me all my banners over. Look at how good these look, chat. I like having real artwork. These are all gonna go up on the website. Those look good. I like them. So instead of where I just have deck names now, those will get pictures over them. Alright, Trundle, Tryndamere. I'm gonna mulligan these, looking for 1s and 2s. I think I'm gonna keep Grizzled Ranger. It might be right to mulligan this year, because I really need 1s and 2s here, I think. Caca! 2-drop. Never lucky. That stops the Vile Feast here, at least. The opponent's pet is super cute. This is the cutest pet. This almost makes me want to buy the pass, but like I have a bunch of other cute pets. The Misfortune Scouts usually lose too. I don't know. I think this deck's got pretty balanced matchups against most things. It's an aggro deck, so sometimes it just kills people. Just like how aggro decks work.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Yeah, it looks great, Game Master. Do you make that for someone else, or do you do some content stuff yourself? Do you stream?
Alright, let's mess some folks
Or make
up.
YouTube stuff? Looks like a YouTube thumbnail. At least it's not a vile feast, so this will get in here hopefully.
I'll be damned.
Blood Moon, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. I watched all of your Runeterra content. I'm glad you're enjoying variety segments. Even if I don't like all those streams, keep up the great work. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. For keeping me around. Can Trump participate in 2024 if he loses? Yes.
King of Trolls coming through.
Ah, fair game. Yeah, it's
I'm actually here.
it's not easy doing content stuff constantly.
No
And
prey.
Runeterra, as much as I love it, I hope it will grow. It's currently a much smaller market for content than a lot of other games out there.
Jenny.
Can you run from prison? That's true. That's a good question.
Time to get rowdy.
Read.
Love ya.
Oh, that's interesting. Are they dead? No, they're dead, right? It's not even interesting. They're just dead.
You got a problem?
So I actually just got set up to do I do a little bit of automation stuff. If you look at my YouTube channel,
That's how we do things.
if you look
in
at my
this
YouTube
life.
channel, I've got a bunch of thumbnails on stuff up there that I'm pretty happy with at this point. What would Trump go to prison for? Well, there's lots of crimes that he has committed. The easiest, most direct one that is indisputable because it's recorded on television multiple times is that it is illegal to use federal property and things for campaign acts. Is violating the Hatch Act punishable by prison? That's a question. The Hatch Act is definitely one that he's like picked up, torn up, and thrown out. Like there's lots of him on TV. That one might not have prison time attached to it for violating. I am not a lawyer either, and I don't know, but that's definitely a law that he has broken multiple times on television. Has the Hatch Act actually been used? Well, you see, previous presidents and most people like that have not violated it constantly.
They'll never see it coming.
I think I say no blocks here so I can break steel and kill this. As a federal employee, you do not go to prison for violating the Hatch Act. Wax papers with the knowledge. Appreciate it.
Steel is yours. Damn it. No one's the wiser. Let's get it, crew.
President and vice president are exempt from the Hatch Act.
No prey.
I'll take that timeout back if someone could give me a reference saying that that's true. But I'm like pretty sure as a Twitch lawyer that is not the case. Like 99% sure as a Twitch lawyer that the president is held accountable to the Hatch Act. Feel free to DM one of my mods a reference that says otherwise, he'll get untimed out early.
In position.
I think I take 2 extra here, because I can kill this for free with the misfortune attack. Seriously?
Fortune favors the bold.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Their employees that are violating their direction are not immune. Alright, I'm gonna do something that you're not legally supposed to do. But I would like to admit that I was wrong, and it appears that the Hatch Act does not apply to the President or the Vice President of the United States. Am I allowed to continue streaming on Twitch after saying that? I'm not sure if that's actually the case. I might have to turn the stream off. Are we single combating to save 3 life here? I would like to take this man to Twitch court. This is tough. It might be right too, 'cause, like, if I stop that, it means Gangplank doesn't trigger this turn. It's a DCMA takedown. It's funny because it's sad.
Hey there, Red. Well, that's one fantasy come true.
My shield is yours.
Bang. Ready? Aim. Time for violence. Captain's orders. Bullet to the...
I'll stop
Alright,
you.
so you want to block here? Oh, actually, these just trade, right? Yeah, deal. Who's got 2 thumbs and is very sad if they're still playing Make It Rain? This guy right here. Yeah, the border has good flavor too. For reference, it costs $25 to submit a deck to get played on my stream, which is why my border cost is $25. I'm pretty scared of their hand. Yeah, me too. I think I'm supposed to open on attacks here like this and see what they do. I think it's mostly downside to play the Grizzled Ranger out.
Love ya. Missed.
Go down, will you?
Time for violence. Mwah.
We're gonna get killed by double deal 4 here. It'll suck. Nah, it'll always cost $25 to submit a deck.
Alright, let's miss some
The reason to put Fleet Feather and not Valor? Yes, because it doesn't matter because they're dead in 1 attack.
All eyes on me.
Checkmate, bitch, yeah. You are correct. It is strictly correct to challenge with Fleet Feather Trigger. Okie doke. Skin of her teeth, Jack. Skin of the teeth. Moving on up the ladder. Alright, I'm going to play until we lose a match or until we hit diamond. So if we go streaking from here, we'll stay up a little bit late and streak it out. So my mood about the KDA inclusion in Runeterra, I think it's fine. Actually, let me rephrase. I am completely neutral on the KDA specific parts of the IP being included in Runeterra. I absolutely love the fact that we got 5 new cards added as part of the Battle Pass. That I think is actually the biggest takeaway from these KDA cards that I think is the sweetest. The fact that they are it means Battle Passes are potentially another avenue for them to inject new cards into Runeterra, I think is excellent. Single combat here? I think the answer is no. I think I just want more bodies. I agree that the K-pop cards artwork feels kind of out of place. I just passed my mistake because I was talking. Kind of feels out of place in Runeterra. The reason why I'm not really going to buy the pass is because the emotes don't feel like they fit in with everything else. I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm glad other people like them, though. Like, my personal distaste of the emotes doesn't mean other people... I'm a big fan of letting people enjoy things that they like that don't really impact me personally. So, like, if those emotes bring joy to other people playing Runeterra, that's great. They're great. The KDA cards assigned to a region. Yeah, there's five of them to win 5 different regions. So I think we Fleet Feather plus Blinding Assault here. We'll trade Sithra for this, take 4. And the next turn we can play Misfortune, our 2 Challenger units. We'll get to mow down these with Misfortune triggers.
The finest battlecaster in nonsense steps up!
Whoa! Hey!
That's a yikes!
I'm one of the good guys, but not that.
Riot Doveguez, thank you for the 3rd of a year. Really appreciate that. I guess it's been 4 months since I started streaming Runeterra. It's been great. Getting into new card games, I think, is basically always daunting. Runeterra is my favorite card game I've ever played. There's a reason why I decided to take a break from doing Magic stuff and focus on this game. I think the game itself is incredibly fun. I think Riot is managing the game in a way that's really fantastic. Basically, as someone who's experienced a number of different companies managing card games, Riot is basically doing all of the things I always wished other card games would do without me having to ask them to do it.
The sunbrock got me good.
And honestly, this is something like I definitely had Stockholm Syndrome about and didn't realize I had Stockholm Syndrome about. This is a good draw to pair with the Riposte here. Is that for a long time, I just tolerated how predatory Magic's economy system was in their game. And getting to experience a game that is a ton of fun and also doesn't treat me like a human piggy bank and like respects my time and my money, it's huge.
Follow my lead.
Like, when I was really enjoying Magic, I didn't mind paying the extreme price that it was, but honestly, even if I ever went back to enjoying Magic the same amount of Runeterra, I don't think I enjoy Magic, you know, $1,000 more per year than I enjoy Runeterra, right? How much does it cost to get a few competitive decks in Runeterra? The average competitive deck in Runeterra costs about $25 to buy, and you can buy that deck outright. There's no loot boxes or predatory practices for getting cards. You buy exactly the cards you want. The most expensive card type is a champion. It costs $3 per copy for champions, and decks are limited to at maximum 6 champions per deck. The other rarities of cards cost 10 cents, 30 cents, and $1.20. How much would it cost to get a few competitive Magic decks in Magic? So, on Magic Arena, your first competitive deck costs you somewhere between $100 and $150, and each subsequent deck that you want to get after that costs marginally less, because the way the predatory loot box system works on Magic Arena, you're forced to buy cards you don't want in addition to get the cards you actually do. So once you bought your first deck on Arena, your subsequent deck is cheaper because you incidentally were forced to buy cards you didn't want to begin with. Now that's counting lands, TDM. So it's about $100 to $150, including mana bases, to buy the average Arena deck to start. These rallies are about to be real good. Well, trade Valor. And remember, Scout works on this rally attack. So we get to do these and hit with these, and then we're gonna get another attack here from this. This game's great, Reveal. And honestly, if you're someone that doesn't mind free-to-playing, I obviously whale in all the games that I play, but people that free-to-play this game have said that the free-to-play is very consumer-friendly as well. I think a lot of people say you can free-to-play your first deck in about 2 weeks. But if you don't mind spending a little bit of money, you can just buy your first Tier 1 deck outright for $25 and then farm free-to-play stuff from there, never having to play any budget stuff.
Just like hunting thresher geese.
So she's gonna level on her next attack here, which is great.
Still heart, steady aim. No one escapes my aim.
So when she levels up, she now summons a Valor attacking, which challenges their strongest unit, so we get to hook that there. And then we actually have lethal, right? So if I single combat the Spider and then Relentless Pursuit, she's gonna go ahead and summon a Valor, and we'll attack for 6. BDP says, I put $100 in, and I have every card now, and I have 3K coins left over. For reference, 3K coins is $30 worth of coins.
Great. Now let's get back out there.
Alright, we said we're going to play until we lose or until we hit Diamond, so that's a W. So we're going to go again. This deck that we're currently playing, if you're someone that's looking to get into Runeterra, this is one of the established best decks in Runeterra right now. The last metagame report that was posted had 9 different decks that made up the top performing 45% of the format. So if you are someone interested in getting into Runeterra and you want a good aggressive deck to learn the format with, I think this one is an excellent choice. Steve Rubin said this is the number 2 performing deck after Nightfall. Okay, sweet. And here's a Scout's Mirror. Do you get a Scout attack token per attack or per turn? Per turn, student. I think I keep these, actually. So, like, Quinn's a fine piece of top end, and I get to go 1-drop and a double 1-drop on 2. I don't, gamer. I do know that the older variations of this deck were largely playing more Bilgewater cards to play the 3-drop that got its second toughness nerfed away.
I'll do my best.
So like giving that up was less of a big deal. Hey, Lenua Brun, thank you for the 17 months of Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping that my way this month and keeping me employed.
New recruit reporting in.
My legs are getting cramped, chat. Stay there for this last little bit here. Can we just start by attacking here? Just trade Fleet Feather Trackers plus snag a couple points of damage. Yeah, I mean, well, like, part of the reason why playing meta decks and Magics tends to feel bad window head is because, like, if you're playing a meta deck, you're gonna play so many mirror matches on average. Nice. See if they open on attacks here or not. They might open. Perfect. This Ranger's Resolve is about to be really good here.
We playing bilge rules?
Fool Sharp, that's interesting. So they're playing this to generate a little bit of card advantage. I wonder if they're not playing Bannerman then. Woo! Well, it's no longer a surprise, but we get to counter Make It Rain here, which is great. This could end up being counter Make It Rain plus Fog You. We could see them attack, challenge Grizzled Ranger here, or challenge this, but yeah, they probably won't attack with this now, which is great.
Love ya.
Yeah, the Leona Yas deck was really awesome. I threw that one up on the website. If you're one of the many people out there that's been searching for a playable Yasuo deck, you should definitely check out the replay video on my YouTube channel.
Nothing gets
It was
between
really,
me and my love.
really good. Some of the best games of Runeterra I've played to date.
Alright, let's mess some folks up. Here we go.
Where you going?
I think this trade's fine. So these are both gonna make Badger Bears. Everybody gets some 3/4s. And then the question becomes, do I want to throw away these 2/2s? I think I do, because if they want to eat these, they're taking 6 over here, which seems good for us. Yeah, probably Blood Moon. That one is definitely in Champions that I probably am not using in other places. So I think there's a good chance that next pick ban is one of the decks that I play. Now, the scary part is we're ahead on life total. We're kind of at parity on board, he says, before drawing the best card in his deck. Ow! They're playing Bannerman with their 1-drop. That's so greedy. It's so greedy, chat. I think I want the pump from this on the turn I'm attacking. So I think I'm just passing here because they're going to attack. And I think the plan here is... How do we feel about Badger Bear block, single combat here? I think I like it. Not even good. I can just eat this with this next turn anyways. Can I just put a 10 here? Is that crazy? Yeah, I think we just go to 10. I think we go to 10 and just like spew some mana here. Yeah, having this as a 4/5 next turn is valuable. This is actually a pretty good draw, so I have 10 mana here altogether, so now I can Elm Heart, single combat, and Valor. The question is, do I want to rally this turn or not? feel like I might. Feel like I might. I have a lot of cards in hand here, though. The problem.
Quiet of the woods. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll start here. Because this gets to eat this. How do we feel about... I just let these trade, right? I just let these trade. And I think I'm gonna attack with this and then single combat this is my plan. How about if I do this now, and then I can attack after the rally resolves? Just attack with everything? And then they'll go trade, block, go to 1. Oh, I could have killed them with the bird. Oh, I forgot it. I forgot this is spell mana. Oh, I'm so dumb. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, the bird was lethal. Man. Alright. We're gonna lose this one and I deserve to lose it. That was a good catch.
Break their spirits and their souls. Run them through.
Yep.
Hardly fair.
So it's deterministically lethal. They were out of mana. Do I like the current meta for this game? Yeah. That's fine. I should go to bed. It's late. I said we were gonna... That was just me throwing so I could go to bed, chat.
I demand satisfaction.
That button gets hit and deal Nexus damage. Let me put it to you this way. Runeterra's bad formats tend to be better than good formats in other card games. So, normally at the end of a session with the deck that someone sent in for me to play, I talk about things I would change or things I would do differently. And I don't really like doing that with super established archetypes like this because other people have logged a lot more games with these than me to come to the decisions that they've made here. I will say one thing that kind of felt like it happened a couple of times, and I'm not sure, the deck could be fine, and like I said, my sample size is small, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, is that it felt like I had slightly too many combat tricks in this deck, and not enough threats in some of the hands that I was mulliganing into, because if we look here, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so like almost like a quarter of our deck thereabouts is combat tricks as opposed to threats. And I would, if I was going to test this deck some more, I would want to try and figure out if that's an appropriate number of those. Like I said, based on the number of games that I played, I'm not confident that it is an appropriate number. But I think that that would be something that I would want to think about and experiment with when I tried more games to see if that number is where exactly I want it to be. At any rate, if you enjoyed my stuff, you're new to the channel, thanks for dropping in tonight. I appreciate you visiting us here in Hoaglandia. I do a ton of stuff on YouTube. I post at least 2 decks every single day, and I post a shorter highlight video, with whichever is the better of the 2 each and every single day. Normally, I don't stream Runeterra in the evenings. I'm live Monday through Friday in the morning for 3 to 4 hours every single morning. If you can't watch during daytime US time. Everything I stream goes up to my YouTube channel, like I said, so please feel free to check that out and drop by. If you ever have questions, in addition to being here in Twitch chat, I also read all the comments on my YouTube channel, so if you want to pick my brain on something, that's a great way to do that. Everybody stay safe out there. Hopefully we'll find out we have a wonderful new president of the United States elect tomorrow. Let's,